Hello and welcome to The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. On the last run, we finished Cat Got Your Tongue, a difficult challenge run that gets kind of annoying after a while, but at least we have Demo Man this time. What could possibly up with Demo Man? Alright, we start out as Dr. Fetus with Mr. Boom. This is pretty interesting because the fetus bombs will just explode on their own accord, but we can also hit spacebar to blow them up whenever we want. Now, Dr. Fetus in Rebirth is actually, honestly, pretty bad item. Unlike in Wrath of the Lamb, the bombs will scale with your damage, which means if you have soy milk, you're dead. Never, ever, ever pick up soy milk with Dr. Fetus because you will kill yourself. It is an awful, awful combination. As is, we do have okay damage. I think we just start as regular old Isaac. Yeah, it looks like we start as regular Isaac, which means our damage stat is not terrible, which might be the only saving grace of this run. We have a lot of pills from that secret room. We have the matchstick, and we have pretty good offensive capabilities, but I think really the most important part about this run is the ability to destroy everything that was dumb. Destroy all of the rocks, all of the pots, all of the skulls. Damage, though, is a problem right off the bat. So we're going to hope for as many damage upgrades as we can possibly get. Honestly, this is a pretty good little room here. We can play the spikes, get a payout. Can we get another payout? No, just one. And get back up to full health, nearly full health. You know, if that was a golden chest and it paid out with something, that would have been more amazing. But, you know, a couple of extra bombs for basically nothing is okay too, I guess. Careful of the bombs. Don't open both chests at once. At least we do have enough damage to kill a spider in one hit. And believe me, I've had runs with Dr. Fetus where you've not been able to kill a spider in one bomb. And that is awful. It's almost as bad as AbeClancy My Reflection because you're more worried about killing yourself with the bombs than you are about killing the enemy. Because you know you can't kill the enemy with the bombs, but yourself, you have no idea if you know, a bomb's going to bounce off of something and hurt you. It's awful. But the only real good thing we have going for us on this run, other than explosions, is the fact that we can detonate them whenever we want with the spacebar. That means that we don't have to worry too much about exact positioning. We can just kind of shoot the bomb in the general vicinity of an enemy and believe that it should impact. Now, I am almost dead already. Maybe I should have saved that lover's card. Not card, pills. But we did get a little bit of that health back. And I am going to use all of these pills as soon as I pick up this health and hopefully get some good stuff. Are You a Wizard does not affect us. Hematemesis just leaves hearts on the ground. Paralysis doesn't do anything. Pretty Fly, I guess Pretty Fly is a pretty good little upgrade to get. Should allow us to avoid getting hit in some more bullet hell-y areas of the game, especially when we're trying to reposition ourselves out of the line of fire. Secret room right off the bat. Raw liver! Double HP up. We now have 5 health. That's a really, 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 really good upgrade to get right off the bat. I am very glad to have that. We should be able to exchange that for some deals with the devil, ideally. Get it? Ideally. The only problem is we just need to not take damage in order to secure ourselves a deal with the devil, which is going to be a bit of a problem, honestly, because, again, explosions. Explosions are bad. Just gotta be careful. As long as we're careful, we should be able to make it out of here without taking damage. And that spirit heart almost guarantees us a deal with the devil. I don't imagine us hurting ourselves more than once or twice getting to the boss fight. Looks like the boss fight may indeed be up in this general area. Usually the boss fight is very far away from where you start. Now, Strength card is pretty good. We can't use it to cheese out a deal with the devil to the extent that we can steal HP upgrades right now, but we might be able to keep ourselves from dying from a deal with the devil later. I've never actually tried that, so I don't know if it works. I'd definitely be interested in figuring that out, though. I'll just blow it up. Monkey's Paw, I'm not exactly sure what it does. I just kind of want to stick with what we've got going on right now. Seems to be working all right. Some extra consumables from champions might be welcome. Now we do have 10 bombs. We can use these bombs whenever we want, and they will explode only when we hit the spacebar. We just have to be careful not to hit the spacebar on our Dr. Fetus shots, because that will detonate any bombs we have placed manually. It detonates them all at once, not in a round-robin fashion. Alright, monster is dead, and we have a deal with the devil. Damage up is honestly really good. It scales with the bombs, so our bombs are now going to be doing more damage. And 3 red chests. Come on, come on. Oh, a deal with the devil. Thanks, red chest. Oh, a deal with the devil. Thanks, red chest. Jesus, I hate deal with the devil red chests. I rarely get anything out of them. Can I complain, though? We've gotten 2 HP upgrades already. We have a damage upgrade. We have whatever the heck it was we got from the last floor. I don't even remember now. And pretty decent health. So at the very least, we should be able to secure ourselves a deal with the devil on the next floor. Maybe. It might be a deal with the angel, and it might be on Caves Part 2 when we get the next deal, not Caves Part 1. Looking for some trapdoors that might be hidden. It makes sense to look for them now while we have the time and the infinite bombs. And I am going to go to the shop because we have broken the 15-cent barrier. Take a little shortcut. If I hadn't taken the Spirit Hearts, I could have played the spikes for a drop, but... Okay, so... Battery. The battery is... It's a pretty good item, but I don't think I'll take it in this run because we have Boom, the remote detonator, and... Like, what would we use the battery for? You know, if we had Tammy's head, it would there's some nice synergies with Tammy's head, especially with the battery, because you can have 2 Tammy's head shots in a room, but we would just shoot out bombs, and that would just hurt us. That would be awful. I think I'm just going to take the Spirit Heart and the key and leave. Now, this does keep us above 5 cents, which means we will hopefully be able to spawn a better arcade on the floor after this one, the Caves Part 2. Now, if I get a really good spacebar item, I'm going to be upset. You know, if we get Book of Revelations, actually, that's not a good example. Book of Revelations, we would just use it until we get up to full health. But if we find a good spacebar item that works well with the battery in this run, I'll be a little bit upset about not picking it up, but I think we'll be fine. Damage is enough to kill these guys in 1 hit, but we should definitely still be on the lookout for more damage upgrades. And shot speed is actually really good with the remote detonator because we don't have to wait for the bombs to explode. We can explode them whenever we want. So the faster they get to the enemy, the faster they explode. And the slightly more range that they have, it looks like. There's a second secret room. Rusted key. Excuse me. I'm wondering if this makes gray chests have better drops. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that because there's a petrified poop item, there's a lucky rock item. Why not have an item that's just like those, but for chests? Now there is Mom's Key, which itself is golden, and gives you better drops from golden chests, but this might just give you better drops from brown chests or gray chests. It's worth a shot, I'll take it. Purple Heart isn't really doing all that much for us anyways, it's just giving us more champion enemies. So, you know, I'm not terribly sad to see that one go. Get Pestilence into his head state so that he is no longer shooting out silkworms, and the flies are easy to take out with explosions. We'll pick up a cube of meat and deal with the devil. Deal with the angel. Interesting. Let's see what we got. Sacred effing heart. Holy crap. How does this work? I have no effing idea. Yeah, wow. I would not have expected to have gotten Sacred Heart. So theoretically, our bombs now do an incredible amount of damage and home. They don't go very far when I shoot them, but that is okay. I can still just kind of run into a direction. Our rate of fire is also much lower, which honestly is not that bad. You don't want a high rate of fire with Fetus in a Jar, Dr. Fetus, because high rate of fire just means your bombs explode and knock your bombs elsewhere where you don't want them to be. So I think we've got a good run here. Let's see how much damage they do. They have absolutely incredible homing capabilities. This is amazing. Like, I can just shoot it in the complete opposite direction of these guys and it will home right to them. This is great. Well, sometimes they home. Yeah, I'm expecting that these will do a lot of damage to bosses because they are actually taking these ooze guys out in one hit. They're not completely destroying them, they're getting them to the ooze state in one hit. Now, I am going to just use bombs here. There's no reason not to. We have technically infinite bombs, and I forgot also that they only explode when I explode them. So there we go. And we will go to the curse room. 2 pills. Puberty and bad trip. It's good to know that there is a bad trip pill in the rotation, and we avoided taking damage when we left the room. But yeah, it is good to know that there's a bad trip pill in the rotation. We can use that as a full health later on. And honestly, nothing. I'm not going to take any of those. I'll go to the shop on the next floor. BOGO Bombs is one of those not very good items normally, because I usually don't find that bombs are that much of a problem in my runs. And if they are, I'll rather buy a bomb than buy more bombs. It doesn't really make very much sense. But in this run especially, we don't need bombs. We have literally infinite bombs. We have 11 bombs we can place, but our tier bombs are actually going to be doing much more damage now, thanks to Sacred Heart. So and they also home, which is kind of fantastic. That bomb chased him down. Nice. Just kind of shoot him in, and honestly, let the bombs explode when the bombs want to explode, because they'll just home in. I do want to take out all of these rocks, though. Maybe find a lucky trapdoor. There is a tinted rock, though, which is nice. We will definitely open this chest and get Jera Abundance. This is a good rune. So screw you, Strength card. Jera Abundance can be extremely worthwhile. It doubles every single item on the floor. And by floor, I mean... Here. Safety cap. That's a bad example. It might not work on trinkets. Okay, if there was a penny, a bomb, and a key, then there would be 2 pennies, 2 bombs, and 2 keys after I used Jera. If I used it on the room with the strength card over there, it would just create another strength card. It doubles whatever is on the floor. On the ground. In the room that you're on, not the floor. Anyways, it's a very good item. You know, if we used it here, we would have 2 black hearts and 2 keys. That's not worth it, though. We want to save it for maybe if we get an arcade. We can make a lot of money up here, and then just pick up a whole heck of a lot of money. Something like this. You know, he'll drop a lot of money when he dies, theoretically, and when he does, we could use Jira to double all the money he drops. So if we doubled this now, we would have 2 dimes, 6 penny, or yeah, 2 nickels, 6 pennies, and 2 keys. That's not worth it, though. I want to save this for when we actually have a really good room to use this on. Something like a Eternal Heart would turn it into 2 Eternal Hearts, which isn't very useful, but if we had like 3 Eternal Hearts, we could turn that into 6 Eternal Hearts. If we had another Jira, we could turn that into fucking 12 Eternal Hearts. We would have the maximum HP cap forever, basically. You know, if we had blank card, this would be absolutely amazing because we would have doubled for the rest of the game, which works really well on the chest because you could double chests on the chests, and that means you get double items on the chest. But that is a conversation to have about Blank Rune, not a conversation to have about Jera. We just need to find a good opportunity to use it in this run. Honestly, that's not worth it. I want my bombs to have as much damage as possible. I don't really care about the rate of fire. Rate of fire I want to be low. That means usually that the damage is very high. And I do believe that the odd mushroom, the skinny odd mushroom anyways, reduces your damage, so I don't want to use it. I think we'll be fine. Looking for some trap doors. A lot of bad trip pills. I would like to get an arcade and lose all of these spirit hearts somehow. So maybe I don't want to have an arcade now that I think about it. Anyways, boss fight, Mega Fatty. You know what? To be perfectly honest, that's pretty good damage. Mega Fatty has a lot of health, and you know, these bombs were doing less damage than this on Monstro. Mega Fatty definitely has more health than Monstro. So I am okay with this. I am pretty happy with the damage that we've got going on now. You know, it's not Brimstone, it's not Mom's Knife, but it's enough to get us through the game, I think. And also, can you really complain about Sacred Heart? I guess you could if you couldn't fire. If we were on The Cat Got Your Tongue, that run would have been... I mean, the run itself would have been fine if we had gotten Sacred Heart, but it would have been incredibly annoying because we got Sacred Heart. It would be like, why now? Why this run? Why not the next run? Why do you forsake me, game? But no, this damage is perfectly adequate as long as we do not explode ourselves in the face. I'll play this guy a little bit. Play him down to 20 cents. If there's some good drops, I might want to use Jera here. Probably not, though. What is that? That's another Jera! What is happening? This thing is paying out like crazy. Okay, so we have the Empress, Mom's Toenail, Death, Jera, Cancer, the battery. Does cancer affect our tier rate? Let's leave and try to test this out. No, it doesn't. Looks like we're shooting at about the same rate of fire. Yeah, let's go to the shop first, and we'll see what we want to do from there. Trickle Charge is a very good trinket to have, so I kind of want to keep this with me for the time being. This is not the shop. You know what? Let's go in here anyways. Well, it wasn't worth it. But how would we know that? So you know what? I will prove to you that Jera cannot duplicate Jera. So we have Jera. We have Jera. And we don't get any more Jeras, and we don't get any more of the trinkets. But that's okay. Jera is a good rune to have, and I'm going to... Right, gotta explode it. I'm going to take it with me. Hopefully we can use it on the next floor and get a really good payout out of it. So that is going to be it for this floor. We got a pretty good run. I'm liking it. Damage is usually what you have a problem with when you have a Dr. Fetus run, but we have damage in the form of Sacred Heart, so I'm happy about that. A little bit of homing added to the bombs is never going to hurt. Yeah, two-shot those big Duke-of-Fly wannabes is pretty good, actually, because they can have a lot of health, and they can be a pain to kill when you are having problems dealing a lot of damage. Let's look for the secret rooms. None here. These guys should not be a problem. And yep, technically these count as bombs, so they're not getting sucked in by the little tractor beam there. We're killing those turrets in one hit, which is very nice, and I will go through this room. Might as well. We have easily a run capable of killing these enemies very quickly. Even the hands should be 3. And these guys are no problem. Except for when I run into the bullet. Like a freaking idiot. Okay. Look for the secret room. Look for the secret room, not finding it. Ooh, careful. This guy just kind of stopped. Interesting. Oh man, I'm liking the homing. I'm liking this homing we've got going on here. And there's the secret room. Super Greed, bring it on. Yeah, oh yeah. Being able to kill the keepers in one hit is amazing. And the quarter is honestly pretty good. We're definitely going to go to the shop, but we were going to do that anyways. Now, though, we're going to just buy it out, because there's no reason not to. The stars, there are no item rooms, so that's just a random teleport. Not very good. We're going to hold on to Jera, and we may never use Jera. I really don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll know it when I see it. It'll be like, yes, this is the room I want to use the Jera rune on. Sharp plug, you know, let's just buy everything. Pretty fly, that's actually pretty good. Bomb, a little bit unnecessary, but I said I would buy everything. We're not going to buy the battery, though, because there's no reason to. Blow up the skulls. You never know when you're going to get a immortal baby or a dead baby out of it. Ghost baby, I should say. Stupid damage. Don't take all the stupid damage in the world. I could have doubled that gray chest, but I didn't want to. A little bit laggy there for some reason. It's because someone sent me a Skype message. Interesting. Okay, it's gone now. I've heard other people have that problem too, where something happens outside of Isaac and Isaac just kind of gets really slow all of a sudden. I don't know what to do about it though. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it. I've never really experienced it until now, but I've never really had a Skype message while I've been playing until now. Take care of these rocks, maybe find a trapdoor. Nope. Fly should not be a problem. Killing them in one hit, though, is really nice. And I will... You know what? Let's Jera. Extra chests, and we got literally nothing out of them except for 2 bad trip pills. Okay, that's interesting. So if you duplicate a chest, you duplicate the items in the chest before you open them as well. So that was definitely not worth it, but at the very least we learned something new here. That if you have chests and you duplicate them, you're going to duplicate the drops of the chest as well. That's interesting. Something I would never have expected either. I would have thought that the chest drops were randomized. Maybe they are, but they're not randomized when the chests are created. That's for damn sure now. For some reason, the bomb that we had placed down manually kind of homed in on him. I don't think we have homing bombs. Maybe there's some sort of synergy happening with Sacred Heart. Yeah, it looks like it. That's very interesting. Ooh, careful. And this guy is not a problem with these amazing homing bombs we've got going on here. Range up, not very useful. Really? We just saw this. Are you honestly trying to force... No, wait, that was the last run where we saw the Book of Sin. Okay, okay. I'm not as angry about it in that case. I think I am going to be done with this floor, though. There's no reason really to stay. You know, we could try to find the second secret room, but I don't think it's going to be that worthwhile. We have a ton of damage, ton of health, ton of soul hearts, so I think we'll be okay. Moving on to the depths. Now, I think I will spend 2 keys to go in there. We never know what we're going to find. Hopefully, though, it's not a reroll, because I don't want to reroll. Okay. It's just poop, which is substantially worse, because if it was a reroll, it could have been a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. But no, it's a poop room. That is not very good. Definitely going to look for some free tarot cards, though Joker is quite nice. I think we're going to definitely... Let's pop the Joker. Sure, I'll take the Nun's Habit. I'm not going to be very happy about it, though, because, you know, ideally we would have a spacebar item that could actually benefit from it. You know, Book of Revelations benefits from Nun's Habit tremendously. Remote Detonator doesn't do shit with the Habit. So I guess we just have the Habit now. Well, one less item for there to be in the shop. Speaking of which, let's see what's in the shop. Okay, we did not pick up the battery, but we do have 9-volt now. So what does that mean? Well, again, we have good items for good spacebar items. We have the Trickle Charge, we have the 9-volt, we have the Nun's Habit. What we don't have is a good spacebar item that actually could synergize with those. Maybe one day we will, in fact, get rid of this remote detonator for a spacebar item, but it is not looking like today is going to be that time. I do like this run, though. We have a lot of damage. We should be able to complete this challenge. That guy exploded. Put yourself together, man. Yeah, I do feel good about this run. It's just going to be a bit long. Longer than I would have liked anyways. You know, we might as well just open that. I don't know why. Probably not going to go to that gauntlet room because I don't want to have no health. We have some good health for us right now. I want to keep this. We'll go to the curse room, though. And hopefully we get more than just a bomb out of it. Go ahead. All right. So I'm okay with having used the Joker card now because we are not going to need it. We are going to get every single deal with the devil that comes our way. Except for on Shoal/Cathedral and Darkroom/Chest. We will not be able to use the go-ahead there. But we will be able to use the go-ahead on this floor and the next floor. And maybe even the floor after that to get ourselves guaranteed deals with the devil. Okay, careful. And there is a trapdoor. Been getting a lot of trapdoors lately, but then again, we have been getting a lot of runs that feature explosives very, very prominently. And that is a good explosive item. That is poison bombs, +5 bombs. And now our Dark Defeatist bombs are going to be explosive as well. Or not explosive, they're bombs. Of course they're explosive. They're going to be poisonous as well. So what am I doing? Going to this room over here? I guess looking for a secret room? Nah. Now we've got everything we want from this room. From this floor. That's for damn sure. So let us just fight the boss. Now Blue Mom is one of the harder versions of Mom, but luckily we have really good bombs that kill anything in basically one hit. So this fight should go very quickly. The only thing that could be better is our rate of fire, but honestly, with bombs, you don't necessarily want the biggest rate of fire. You want to be more accurate with your shots. And that's going to be it for this floor. There's no reason to dawdle on this floor. We should just try to find the boss as quickly as possible. Dumb damage. He shot very quickly. I was expecting him to have a minute or two when he wouldn't shoot, and I could get around to him and kill him very easily, but that was not the case. These rooms are all dying in one bomb, which is fantastic. That makes me feel very good about what we're doing here. That was so dumb. Honestly, I didn't think the explosion would hit me if there was one, but obviously it did. Yeah, let's use some pills. Pretty Fly we already have. Paralysis. Hematemesis. Another health up. You know what? Let's use Hematemesis twice. Pick up 6 health. And technically we healed ourselves on that room. Nice. Although we did lose a blue heart, which is a little bit more valuable than the red hearts, to be perfectly honest. And that was so effing dumb. Stop taking dumb damage. Stop taking dumb damage. I can't actually hit that. I am going to go into the curse room. It effectively cost us half of a blue heart. I'm okay with that. What do we got here? I Can See Forever. Doesn't really do all that much for us, but it will just make it a little bit more easier to find the secret room if we come across it. I'm not going to backtrack for it. We're at the point in the run where we know we're going to win if we can get to the boss with this much health. I will, however, keep blowing up these suspicious nubs in the hopes of getting another damage upgrade or HP upgrade out of them. Just like you blow up the pots and the skulls, you want to blow up these things if you have the opportunity, because you can very easily get some free items from them. Where is he? Alright, what do we got here? I'm just going to blow it up. Pick up some extra money. Let's fight the boss. Hey, we're going to get maybe another orbital, or maybe a second level meat girl. Honestly, who cares? That's kind of awful. Okay, this isn't kind of awful. This is pretty good. We're gonna take the pentagram, and we're not gonna take anything else, because honestly, we don't need it. We're not shooting quickly. We're not holding down the fire button to shoot, even though we could. So we could technically take Little Brimstone and feel good about it, but I think it's just more worthwhile to take the damage upgrade and to do all the damage ourselves. We're doing a lot of damage, so I think we're okay. I will go to the double key room, and I will blow up these guys. Yeah, I think that was the right call. We're doing probably more damage than Little Brimstone would, so I would much rather just focus on our own shooting rather than have to worry about Little Brimstone shooting as well. Well, we don't have a better spacebar item, so Flat Penny is probably better. Careful, that was probably should have been damage. I'm glad it wasn't. And I am kind of being a little bit half-hearted about looking for the tinted rocks and the squishy nubs that might give us HP upgrades, just because I don't see any. Don't move. I always move and I always get hit. Just because I'm not seeing any tinted rocks, and if one of those nubs that was unreachable had the HP upgrade on it, I would have felt very bad about that. Very sad that we were not able to pick it up. Just blow this up. Spiders. Blow up the spiders. What is the pill? Paralysis. Probably not going to take that. Frame rate is still actually a little bit lower than it should be thanks to that Skype conversation chat window. It's just like 2 frames less than it should be right now, which is a little bit weird. I hope it doesn't mess up with the it's like 6 frames lower than it should be. I hope it doesn't mess with the syncing of the audio, because that would be a pain to fix. Not impossible, just a pain. Okay, don't take stupid damage. I'm just gonna break these rocks because honestly, why not? I'll hit these guys eventually when they pass by me. And it's much faster than trying to find a tinted rock by hand. Now, we should have no problem fighting Mom's Heart on this run. We have good damage for that type of a fight. Isaac should be okay if we have to go to the cathedral. But I don't know yet if we need to go to the cathedral. We'll have to wait until after this fight. These bombs are doing good damage. And that is it. And there's the trophy. Excellent. We could keep going, but why bother? Let's just end this challenge run once and for all. And we unlock the Chaos card. Chaos card is a damn good card, and if I ever find it, I will show it to you. But that is the Demo Man, Dr. Fetus, and Remote Detonator complete. Thank you, Sacred Heart, for showing up. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for the main save file, but that's okay. Next up, we'll be doing Cursed, which, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I like Cursed. I think it's quite amusing. At the very least, it is a run that could kill you very easily in the run, or you could have a very awesome run where you have a perfect synergy that allows you to get around the negatives of this run very, very slyly. So we'll do this next time. I've had fun today, but I'm going to take a break. And thank you very much for watching if you've been watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.